Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to do some readings specific to your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus to get some, as you can see by the title, love messages and guidance for this month of January 2023. So feel free to check, as I mentioned, those specific placements. And if you have stelliums or are drawn towards another one, then check that one as well. Take the messages as they resonate. Don't force them to fit. You will know if the message is for you or not. And take it with a grain of salt as well, because I'm not being held responsible or liable for whatever shit goes down on in your love life. All right, capiche, cool. All right, let's dive into this, my loves. Hey Virgo placements. Let's go ahead and get into your reading, shall we? I feel like you guys want to do something. I feel this urge to I don't know, it's like I feel this very Virgo-like energy, gather information and do. What's that about? Let's see what that's about. When it comes to your love life, what's going on? Ooh, maybe you're racking up the wrong information. All right. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. It seems as though you may be keeping yourself busy. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe you're sick of sitting around. Maybe when you have been sitting around, you're finding it hard to relax because thought after thought may be introducing itself. I'm getting intrusive thoughts. Surrender negative thinking. Clouded judgment is also what's coming through here. Just quick buzzword, just gonna take a sip of my tea here. Let's see what else. Clouded judgment. Your solar plexus, your root, your sacral, and your crown. I wanna say even your third eye. That's what I'm just picking up from this. That's what you are putting out at harm's way or risk or compromising, whatever word you want to put here, whenever you indulge in these negative thoughts. There you go. So on the flip side of things, you do have information coming in, gathering information, I said, right? That's the theme for y'all this month. Filter your thoughts. And when I say that, I don't mean literally monitor every single one of your thoughts and then when you let it pass as positive or negative, then let it come through, because that's not how your brain works. We have thoughts that we can't control. It is the ones that we entertain that we can control. Something comes up that feels good, let it come through. Something that comes up that doesn't feel so great, observe. Still let it come through in a sense, to observe, but do it from a detached sense where you can have a grip of what is reality, what is just your mind with the what ifs, and what you can do about it from that point forward. I feel there is a theme of giving your power away to the what ifs this month that may debilitate you. Yeah. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. I feel the biggest tool and advantage we have as sentient, conscious human beings is our soul and our bodies. Specifically, our bodies being able to speak to us when something is for us or not. We don't give ourselves enough credit, our bodies enough credit for doing that for us. Our body is our filter. We have a filtering system. When we put ourselves in a conversation or near a person or in a situation that is good for us, our body lights up. We're happy. And it shows in the harmony that's created in the presence of that person or that situation. And on the other end, when we put ourselves in a situation that's not for us or that doesn't feel good, once again, it shows. It tells us when something is meant for us. It tells us if something is destructive. And this is something I feel you guys are learning to exercise and strengthen this month when it comes to your love life. And here's the fine line that I want to point out here once again. You can have those negative things come up, but that doesn't necessarily mean immediately that the person or situation is bad. Now hear me out. When I say that, what the hell do I mean? Because I just said everything else the contrary, right? Your body is telling you something. Doesn't mean you have to attach to thoughts that are created off of your ego and your fears and run with it as a truth. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is be detached and anchored enough to observe the thoughts that do come up and filter through it and ask yourself, is this a truth or is it a potential of my ego telling me something to protect myself? Your ego's job is to protect you. Your ego's job is, it's the adapted personality that you had to take on to survive. The ego is not a bad thing, all right? So we're not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I got an ego death, blah, blah, blah. No, your ego is a healthy part of the human experience. Is how you use it. So once again, just because you have the tools doesn't mean you know how to use it. Now you're learning what the tool is, that the ego is not a bad weapon. It is in fact a tool. It is not a toxin, but how to strengthen it, how to use it, how to filter it. Let it be the liver of your emotional life, if you will, of your emotional and spiritual life. Your liver literally filters. And this is exactly what I'm getting the sense of. For some of you, that's a literal message, by the way. Let your liver be the judge. Let your gut be the judge. If something's off with your gut, something is off externally, all right, in your love life. Let's see, for Virgos, you deserve love. So some of you, this has to do with, like I've mentioned earlier, sacral and solar plexus. This has to do with your worth. You maybe believe that you don't deserve it because it may not be coming up the way that you want or have wanted or once did. You are lovable. Getting some Sagittarius energy here and some Cupid energy here. My mouth is completely dry all of a sudden for some reason. So some of you are like nervous, I feel. Cotton mouth is real over here, man. Ooh. Pay attention to what your gut does around certain people and situations and conversations. Don't let it immediately mean, oh, this person's got to go because my gut's like acted up around them. No, it means observe what was talked about, what topics were talked about, how it was talked about, where you started feeling uneasy, and let that be, let that be your guide. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. As I said, let it be a guide. Doesn't necessarily have to mean it's all bad, okay? For some of you, there've been a million red flags, 6 flags on this bitch, and y'all are just like, I don't want to get off the ride. I'm gonna keep vomiting and then complain and then stay on the ride. But some of you need to wake up and get off. Not all of you, maybe a couple of you. But for most of you, this is more of a general message of your body is showing you things you need to listen. Tune in. Tune in. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Secret admirer. Maybe that's the nervousness I was picking up on with the cotton mouth energy earlier. Virgo placements. I feel like this one to come through. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Some of you are partnered and you're worried about what's unfolding. Middle card. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And this is another thing that I feel many of you need to remember. Stop focusing so much on currently what's happening and focus on what you've gained as a whole and what you're losing as a whole. It's interesting because this perspective energy came through just now earlier with the Leo reading, and I feel it happening here too. A little bit of perspective here. And all of a sudden I feel very drained and out of it, and I feel like that's what you guys have also been experiencing to some degree. You let so much in and then you let it eat at you. You give your energy to too much and then you go kaput. Just got a burp confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. That's a red flag itself. And that has nothing to do with other people. That has to do with you. So see, that's the message I was trying to relay earlier. Your own behaviors and your own self-destructive thinking and patterns are becoming apparent for you to then do something about it. It doesn't mean the universe is working against you, that people aren't who they say they are. It just means you've got some work to do on yourself. And I think many of you already know this, but I mean, come on, you guys are Virgo placements. You know something. You know something's up. You know when something isn't working. But then there's the part of you that just hones in so much that it becomes your Achilles heel. No, it has to be this way. It can't be any other way. And you know what? Something funny is coming through. You know that saying of you want to make God laugh? Tell him or her your plans? Yeah. That's the energy coming through here with y'all's reading for love. I feel like you guys need to be resting more. Your body wants to rest more. Your body is integrating more. Be kind to your gut. You're receiving a bunch of downloads about life in general, but then you're supposed to apply it to your love life. So do it. Everyone's situation is going to be different. How these messages apply is going to resonate a bit differently for everyone. Details are going to be different for everyone. But the takeaway is, don't let your own mind become your undoing. Very Piscean energy with that, 12th house Piscean energy with that right there. There's a bunch that you guys are, in a sense, going through almost a reevaluation. You're reflecting on a bunch of things. Lots of self-introspection in general. And this obviously affects the romance department. Just don't let all of that reflection result in something that you do based off of impulse and temporary thoughts and emotions that result in permanent damage. Don't act in haste. Don't say anything in haste. Really marinate on it. And what other better day to do so than a Cancer full moon? The first one of the year. There's a bunch coming up. Let your body speak to you. I would even suggest doing meditation of some kind where you just let things come up, ask your body questions, place your hands literally on energy points or different body parts and see what comes up. Don't expect anything, don't say anything, don't be disturbed. Have a moment to yourself and just see what comes up. Especially, I will ask you guys to place your hands on your sacral and your heart and see what comes up. Even your solar plexus. See what comes up. Journal it. All right? Love you guys. You got this. There is hope still. All right? It's not the end of the world. Reel it back in when you start diving into that a bit too deep. All right. Make sure to check your other placements. Share this video with a fellow Virgo or Virgo placement. I would greatly appreciate any support and energy exchange. Links are down below to book a reading with me or to donate. My Instagram page, etc., etc. All right, guys. Love y'all. Bye.